Hello everyone, my name is Ironcrafter Gamer. Welcome back to another video. Today is June 8th. It is of 2021. It is a Tuesday, which is honestly possibly one of the best days of 2021 so far, as Minecraft 1.17 Caves and Cliffs Part 1 is out. Let me turn down my music and sound, or master volume. Keep it at the funny number. Turn down the music just a little bit. But, as you can see, I'll go into survival mode here. Caves and Cliffs Part 1 1.17 review. And if you don't know why the clock and the compass are here, change from the original, the original design from 1.16, and between 1.14 and 1.16, their tech change. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about the clock texture, but the compass, I kind of like the compass a little bit more. But today is just going to be a full-on review of everything that I know about and everything that you can typically do in survival mode here in the Caves and Cliffs Part 1 1.17 review. Now, to start off, it's going to be so much bigger of a thing when 1.18 comes out. As you can see, we've got cobble deep slate, normal deep slate, and then we've got all of the deep slate variants, including the ores in here. I forgot the emerald ore. And so this is all of the deep slate stuff, as you can see right here. We totally did not forget one of the ores, but we'll actually come back to a couple of these ores in a little bit. But for instance, let me take out the deep slate tiles. By the way, I love the look of the deep slate tiles. I think this is my favorite block they've added in a long time. Cracked deep slate tiles, or even chisel deep, it's kind of a little weird. And then, of course, we've got all of the variants here, and then polished deep slate, and the deep slate bricks, including the cracked deep slate brick. There is, of course, infested deep slate. I'm not sure if there's infested versions of the bricks. But, honestly, so deep slate can be found, I believe, at Y16 and lower towards the bottom of the world in blobs similar to diorite and granite. And, you can mine them up, you can use an iron pickaxe or above, but probably want to use a netherite pickaxe, as they're actually really tough to break. But also that you'll find towards the bottom of your world is dripstone. So as you can see, jumping on dripstone, not necessarily a great idea. We've also got lava cauldrons, and you can actually get an infinite source of lava. So if I give myself a bucket, you can see it's just no. What happens if you have a pointed dripstone right here, as well as a lava source block above it? Remember, it has to be a source block. Lava will drip down into the cauldron. So we'll actually just throw out this lava bucket, and we'll come back to this towards the end of the happen. So over here is, if we can, this is my, you know what, we'll just jump into it. This is my amethyst geode. So as you can see, to start recording, this has been the budding amethyst, which are the right here, producing the amethyst. Now, anything about the amethyst blocks, as really sound when walking on top of them, including the sounds when you break them. But this one right here, let me break this one. As you can see, this right here has a different texture to this amethyst block, and that's because this one's the budding amethyst. So amethyst will actually grow from this. Now this isn't a naturally spawning geode. I built this one you could probably tell. Basically, what's gonna happen is your amethyst geodes will basically and buds will generate. So geodes will generate underground, with the outer layer being made out of smooth basalt, inner layer being made out of calcite, which is like this diorite looking block, which looks really nice. It's like a marble. And then you'll have the amethyst blocks and the budding amethyst in there. You cannot mine the budding amethyst even with silk touch, but you can, however, take the normal amethyst blocks if you want. So these are the different amethyst clusters. So you've got the bud, the medium amethyst bud, large amethyst bud, and the amethyst cluster. Now the cluster is when you mine them, and you can mine them with fortune or silk touch. You can mine any of these with silk touch, I believe. But if you want... Oh, look, we got our lava over there. But if you want, you can take an amethyst shard, break this with a iron pickaxe or above, and you can use fortune, and you can get yourself an amethyst shard. Now, we will come back to amethyst shards, as they're going to be quite important in a little bit. But for now, these are our ores. If you don't recognize them, that's probably because they changed the textures of the ores a little bit, and the center one is a brand new one. So obviously, of course, you can tell which one. You can tell diamond and lapis are pretty much the same, with just more in-depth and feel, more of 3D feel. But right here we have coal, iron, gold, redstone, and emerald, as well as the brand new copper ore. Now, as you can see over here, iron, copper, and gold are a little bit different. Iron and gold have been changed, and copper changed to work alongside. So as you can see, right, typically when you're mining iron, copper, and gold with silk touch, it doesn't affect it. Like, yep, I'm just gonna mine these up real quick. Doesn't really affect anything. But, oh, I take the same, I take a Fortune 3 pickaxe, and that wouldn't affect it at all. Basically, you can mine raw iron, you can mine iron and copper and gold with a normal pickaxe or silk touch or Fortune 3 pickaxe pre 117, and it wouldn't change a single thing. But now, iron, gold, and copper work with fortune. Now these are called raw iron and raw gold, and honestly, I really like the textures. These textures are gold one, in my opinion. I really like them though. But we can change these. Now you still have to smelt them. You still have to smelt down these ores in order to, of course, get the actual ingots themselves. So you're not gonna, it's not just gonna be like how with diamonds you can fortune up diamonds and just immediately get your diamonds. No, you still have to smelt these. But what you can do with these is you can make these new raw ore blocks. So you can make the raw iron, the raw gold, and the raw copper. And you can see, I honestly don't really like the textures of these too much. The joke is they're the bean blocks, but also, like, they don't look that great, and I don't think they're gonna go well with many builds. But honestly, they're more designed for definitely storing up your iron, your gold, and copper when you're down in the caves below, because one thing is inventory clutter is going to make this a lot harder to obtain. But we already know what you can do with iron and gold. Iron and gold is pretty universal, but what the hell can you do with copper? Well, I went ahead and smelted up a lot of copper for you guys. I definitely didn't creative mode it. And what you can do with copper you can build yourself a lightning rod with 3 iron like this in just a straight row. You can get yourself a nice little lightning rod. Now, for now, the lightning rod, we'll get to what that does in a little bit. But you're gonna more likely want to craft yourself some. Okay. Blocks of copper. So I got myself 28 blocks of copper from about 4-ish stacks. Now, we're also going to need the axe and the honeycombs, and you'll see why. So now what you can do with these copper blocks is, one, I believe you can turn them into slabs. No, you can't with these ones. You can make yourself some cut copper slabs or cut copper. So we'll take one of each of these. Or I guess we have to take... So now you've got yourself a little bit of nice little copper things, right? You can make yourself a really nice... There we go. See, that looks good. Now, this copper block, right? So we're actually going to make a little bit more. So we're going to get one more of each of these. And what we're going to do, right? So we'll put the slab down here, right here, and bam. But with these ones up front, we're going to wax them with the honeycombs. And we're going to leave these ones on racks and on wax. We're going to do game rule, do random tick speed. And we'll just set it to 1,000. And you'll notice we'll change it back to 1,000, and hopefully by the once we're done with this, we check. But you will notice that these ones actually start to turn green. They'll have their slightly weathered versions, and if they do not show up like that, I'll just show you. Oh, there we go. See this one, and you can actually shave it off with an axe, similar how you shave off the bark. So we'll change it back to the default of 3, and we'll come back to it. So look, bam, just like that, and you can wax it to keep it in a specific state. So this is my nice little house, right? Very cozy. I really like my house. We're just gonna put it here. Simple house, right? Oh, you might notice that my windows are a little different. So even though typically if these were normal glass windows, natural light would be coming in. So in order to also, so that way I can access my chest easier, I'm just gonna do that. I'm going to show you guys how to craft these brand new tinted glass. So you take a piece of glass, just like that. And then you take 4 amethyst shards, and you get yourself 2 tinted glass. So the properties of tinted glass are pretty much the same as normal glass, except one major big difference. So if I make myself just a bunch of this stuff, and I make a small little box, and we'll break these windows. Oh, also you don't need a silk touch pickaxe. But as you can see, inside of that box is still completely pitch black. Tinted glass does not let it, although you can see through it, it's not transparent regarding light levels. So you can basically create mob farms that you can see into. Now it is quite expensive, so those amethyst geodes and stuff, you're going to really want to make sure that you set up a farm for them. But this honestly is really, really cool. I'm genuinely excited for this feature. As somebody who makes a lot of spawner farms and stuff in my survival worlds, I'm really able to see, because I do create custom designs for in the inside of my spawners. I'd love to see my actual custom designs without having to worry about light levels and torches affecting the mob spawning. But now kind of stuck in the house. So you'll just break these. We're into the Lush Caves. Now, most of these items, except for, of course, a couple of them, you're not going to be able to get at pretty much any other way other than either tables as the glowberries, which we're actually going to pick for some food. Let the glow lichen do their thing. Basically, we have just a variety of them different Lush Caves biomes. Now, the only typical way to get these right now that I am aware of is via wandering traders, which can be a little bit. 18 comes out, Caves and Cliffs Part 2, and comes out, and once all of that stuff is figured out and situated, we'll be able to get all of these cool stuff without having to worry about wandering trader. As you can see, we've got the 2 azaleas, got the azalea. You got the different drip leaves. I really like the small drip leaf, and the big drip leaf can, of course, if you stand on it for too long, it will fall through, and then it will become an uninteractable block. Oh no. Of course, we've got the moss blocks, which are really good, as well as moss carpets, which, yeah, you can break with your hand. I think the moss carpets are really cool. And then you got, of course, and the hanging roots. And I believe you need the hanging roots. I believe you can take a hoe. And if I break these, if I break the root dirt, which is going to ruin the just a little bit, but I'll put it back. You can get the hanging roots back. And of course, it'll churn the dirt though into just normal dirt. But all of these items, I really love the Lush Caves items. They're so good, but I also kind of want to get out of here. So I'm gonna Silk Touch up here. And there we go. As you can see, got some of the other stuff around, including more of the moss, which of course you can break. Now, you're actually kind of wondering why I've got the flowering azalea right here, and I should probably actually move it just a little bit. So we're gonna move our flowering azalea, and this is cool and all, but what if we had an actual tree? You can bone meal the flowering azaleas. Now, I am on fast graphics, so that way I can actually record. You can see here that we've got such an amazing looking leaf type. That's very, it's really, there's no new log, meaning I don't think we're gonna get a new log. And I believe, actually, and if I give myself a flower pot, you can put these in the flowering pots and they look even cooler and more adorable. I can see so many great ideas with me building these. Now, we have ourselves a nice little shelf here. Kind of empty though. As you can see, I've got all my cool stuff, but I can't really put, I mean, I can't really display that. So instead, we've got candles. So as you can see, candles come in all 16 colors, as well as the original. But in order to craft them, you take them like this. Bam, there you go. You got yourself normal candles. And you can take that and put them in with any dye that you want. For this one, I chose blue dye. And you can place them like that. Very poggers. Or you can place them like that. Or like that. Or like that. Like that. Sea pickles. And of course you can light them up. They change their texture a little bit. I have turned off, so I can't even see them. But I will be able to start seeing them with particles soon enough. So they're very cool. I'll put a couple of up a couple of different ones. Now, sadly, you cannot put this different colored candles on. But look at that texture redesign. And they float too, which is very cool. And if I give myself a cake, I can put the cake here, and and I can even light it up, and bam, there you go, got yourself a birthday cake. Now I'm actually hungry, so, and of course you can't put it back up, so we'll just leave that there. But now remember the lightning rod that I was talking about. It's very cool, but I say that we work on something a little different. So in order to craft the Spyglass, you take an amethyst shard and 2 copper ingots, just like this, to craft yourself the brand new Spyglass. The Spyglass looks honestly really sick, and when you look into it in F5, it's so cool. And it has this really nice border. I know the Spyglass was a pretty controversial item, due to just, I honestly really like the idea of the Spyglass, and it gives it to Bedrock players who can't have Optifine, stuff like that. Now remember how to, I showed you guys how to craft the lightning rod earlier. 3 copper like that, and bam, there you go. So what the lightning rod does is kind of what you would expect. It allows lightning to strike an area around it, and anywhere within, I believe, a 50 block radius. I could be wrong though. So I would make sure that you check up on on a other YouTuber's video, or check on the actual update logs and change logs. But they will attract lightning nearby and strike it. So you can actually create easier witch farms, create easier creeper farms, and I think you could possibly even create zombie pigman farms. Now we're gonna take our Spyglass. We're gonna show a demonstration. We're gonna right click, so it's kind of hard to do. So we get to see our lightning. If we're quick, we get to see it, but as you can see, now this isn't actually when I'm summoning in the lightning. It's not actually hitting the lightning rod typically. Nope. It's just hitting, hitting the lightning rod directly, but typically if it was a thunderstorm and lightning was going on around this area, it would strike the lightning rod, and you would get all your cool lightning and stuff. So, honestly, very, very cool. I really like both of these features. I definitely already using them. So, oh, there's this really nice carpet. Leather boots and skeleton spawning. I don't know why I need those, but oh no. Oh, I forgot. Let me make sure to keep inventories on. So as you can see, I'm currently freezing to death. Those little hearts are blue. My hearts are now blue, and I am currently freezing. I could use my Spyglass, but my Spyglass isn't really going to help me out here. I could technically break this, but freezing to death is now something that can actually happen in Minecraft. This is powdered snow. Of course, powdered snow is something that will be found in the new mountain biomes, and you can get it via cauldron when it's snowing in snowy biomes. But I'm just going to let myself freeze to death, and we're going to run all the way back. Sadly, our copper has not oxidized just yet. But there is a way to avoid freezing to death. Wear any piece of leather armor when you're in the powdered snow to keep yourself from freezing to death. Of course, you can't shift onto it. That'd be too easy. But what you can do is you can take leather boots, you can technically shift into it, but you can also swim out if you're wearing leather boots. So now leather boots, when the new mountains come out, will be such an amazing thing to have, because you can just jump around in the powdered snow with them. But there is another feature of the powdered snow. So, we're going to take a skeleton and let them freeze to death. As you can see, the skeleton is shivering. The skeleton's going to kill me. But let's just zoom in. The skeleton is shivering. It will, and if we give it about enough time, it's going to turn into a stray. And the stray is about to kill me, so we're going to actually kill. Oh. So as you can see, strays are deadly. But we now have a way to actually farm strays. You can take powdered snow and create a skeleton slash stray farm. You could do possibly both, and get yourself an unlimited supply of arrows, slowness, bones, and even just normal arrows, as well as normal bows. But we've got more to do. So we can turn it to nighttime here. And if you're one of the few people who doesn't play on brightness, as you can see, the sign's kind of hard to read. I can't really read that sign. But there is a way around that. So if I take my favorite color, and I take the brand new glow ink sac, I can dye the sign, and then make it super easy to read. Subscribe. If you guys didn't know, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually genuinely 100% with their life subscribed. So, if you are not subscribed, subscribe. I will be doing more Minecraft content over the summer, as well as possibly other games, depending on what you guys want. Anyways, back to the review. How do I get myself glowing ink sacs? Well, just like how you would get normal ink sacs, you get them from squid. Well, not normal squid. You get them from the brand new glow squid. And oh my god. Now, I know that people wanted the Moo Bloom and the Iceologer during the mob vote, and the glow squid has some controversy behind it. But you cannot doubt that it is a pretty looking mob. I really like the glow squid. The particles stick off. Of course, it loses its glow when you punch it. It's an amazing, well-out mob. Now, I know squids and glow squids are not always the most sought-after mob, but they are pretty interesting. But kill them for their ink sacs. So I'm sorry, little squid buddy, but this is for the name of science. So as you can see, you can get anywhere between 1 to 3 glow ink sacs, and you can use these for any signs that you want. But we'll just throw those in there. But we've got a different mob. The axolotl. The axolotl is one of my favorite animals in real life, and I'm so excited that it's here in Minecraft. But if we go ahead and throw it down, we got the normal pink one. But as you can see, it's an adorable mob. But we're going to let it play around a little. We're going to feed it. So we're going to take, as you can see, I had all of these aquatic mobs in here. Let's just throw in this salmon. As you can see, the axolotl will start attacking. Oh crap, I lost my trident. But as you can see, and you gain regeneration when you kill it. The axolotl will help regenerate. They will also attack glow squid. They will attack pretty much any aquatic animal that they can. For instance, let's get a tropical fish in here. They love tropical fish. In fact, breed them and tame them, you need tropical fish. You can also throw in a puffer fish. Ow. I should have probably put... I wonder why the axolotl's not... As you can see, though, the pufferfish actually might be the best defender of the axolotl, but the axolotl is playing dead while it's healing itself. And I actually need to eat some of these fish in order to heal. But as you can see, the axolotl is slanted and it's healing itself as it plays dead. So we can also throw a guardian in here, and the axolotl will attack the guardian. And as you can see, on certain occasions, there is a slight chance that the axolotl will actually heal you. So we're just going to throw a glow squid in here and see how long it is until the axolotl kills it. Well, I honestly really love the axolotl. One of the best features, best mob, in my opinion, that's going to be added in Caves and Cliffs. But it's time to go back to the daytime, as we still have one last mob and one last feature to do before we end off the video. So, we need to climb up my nice little mountain here. Very steep. Got our snow. But we've got the brand new goat mob. So, I think we all know where this is going. The goat is a brand, I would say, kind of a neutral mob, even though I think they're considered passive. As you can see, the goat has its horns. Very nice little design. Very good at jumping around if you can catch them jumping. There needs to be a certain number of blocks behind me in order for them to ram me off. So let me see if I can get it to ram me. It's very random, their behavior. But as I'm sitting here and talking with them, we'll see if they decide to ram me. But one thing you can do is you can milk them. You can get buckets of milk. You can also kill them too. So, maybe the goat will ram me off. Maybe. Let's see. Gonna ram me. Seems like the axolotl was killing. But, let's see what they drop. No, let's see. Doesn't look like they drop anything. But, of course, you can milk them for some milk. And our little axolotl's dancing here. Let's pick him up in the bucket. And, of course, you can get the achievement for the cutest predator. Oh, my God. Yeah, but goats, I'm pretty sure they can... I think they can drop mutton, but as you can see, they didn't really drop anything there. You can milk them for, of course, milk, which could be good if you are getting any negative effects like hunger, poison, or anything else like that. Goats could be a really easy way. They can also probably be used for some mob farm, but I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.